One more family of instruments, I'll ask you. Brass, you got it. Trumpets, trombones, French horns, tuba. So you're going to see all of these instruments on the stage. You're going to hear the different kinds of sounds that they make. You're going to get a chance to identify some of these instruments with kinds of characters. For example, the first piece we're going to play for you is about a woman named Scheherazade, very gentle and kind. Her role is played by a solo violin with a very high kind of voice. And the other character in that story is the Sultan, who's a very evil kind of yeah, the bad guy. There you go.
What I love about the Discovery concert process is that it's not simply a one-time happening. It's a long-term, year-long process, really. We start over the summer working with music teachers who help us develop curriculum, lesson plans that are going to be used to prepare the students for the attendance at the concert. Then there are visits from me and from ensembles, chamber ensembles from our orchestra who go to the classes to talk to them a little bit about their instruments. I talk to them about conducting and teamwork and these sorts of things. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Ready? Then when they come to the concert, I recognize them, they recognize me. Of course, the concert itself is interactive. They're having an impact on the creative process during the concert. And then finally, there's the follow-up afterwards as well, the written portion of this experience, where they write down what it is that they thought happened in that last piece and perhaps illustrate it. Welcome to our concert. Great to have you with us. My name is Michael Butterman. This is the Boulder Philharmonic Orchestra. What we're going to see today is how music, even without any words whatsoever, can tell stories. How composers use melodies, rhythms, instruments, just the way playwrights and authors use words. And one of the characters we meet is an evil sultan. Now the other character we meet is a big contrast. It's a woman named Scheherazade. Her role is played by just a single instrument, a single solo violin, which will be accompanied by harp. Here's what Scheherazade's character sounds like in this piece. See if you can follow this story. Imagine it in your mind as we play it for you. This is called Scheherazade, the first movement of Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov. Philharmonic's Discovery concert this year dealt with the idea of music and narrative. How can music tell a story? And how can the three important elements of story, character, setting, and plot, be conveyed by music alone without any words? Sometimes composers will use rhythms and specific sorts of instruments to give us clues about where in the world a piece of music might be from. What kind of setting do you suppose might be described by a piece like this next one? The interactive element of this concert was the kids got a chance to decide from what they were hearing what was going on, what the plot of the story was.
A fat ogre.
Oh my goodness. How many think he ought to be an elephant? Raise your hand if that's a good idea. Hippopotamus. A giant. Ooh, okay, these are good. What we need to do now is create a scene for our own story, the one with the cat and the ogre. It's about having them experience something. So coming to a concert, finding that spark is so much more important than being told that music is great or important or wonderful. They have to believe it on a deeper level. Music is ultimately about communicating, about something about the human experience. So I want you to listen carefully for those things that you just heard and see if you can follow the plot, see if you can imagine what this might look like, this story, as we play the soundtrack for you. We played a last piece for them about which I gave them only a couple of different clues and left it to them to fill in the gaps based on what they had learned throughout the concert, to use their imaginations to come up with a title and what kind of a character they heard, where the setting was, and exactly what was going on in the story. And when they got back to their schools, maybe illustrated with a picture, and in that way kind of tie together the whole experience.